The greatest act of self-sabotage doesn't happen when you give up. It happens moments before you win. That last-minute obstacle that always appears is not a sign to stop. It is a system alarm, and in this video, you will learn the exact protocol to disable it and install your new reality permanently. If you have ever felt as though the universe gives you a taste of your dream only to snatch it away, you are not being tested by an outside force. You are encountering the firewall of your own mind. Imagine for a moment that your subconscious mind operates like the advanced autopilot in a modern vehicle. Its programming, refined over millions of years of evolution, has one primary directive. It is not your happiness. It is not your fulfillment. It is your safety. And to this ancient system, safety means one thing above all else: staying on the familiar route. Each of us has an internal map of these known roads, etched into our psyche by our life experiences. These are the roots of our familiar thoughts, our recurring emotional patterns, our accepted limitations. And when you, the conscious driver, decide to take a new exit, an off-ramp, leading to a level of success, love, or peace you have never known, the autopilot's proximity alarm begins to sound. You have felt this alarm before. It sounds like the sudden, paralyzing wave of procrastination that washes over you just as your business is about to take off. It feels like the inexplicable urge to find flaws in a healthy, loving relationship. It is the silent, internal command to retreat, to pull back onto the main road, back to the predictable territory it knows. This is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that the system is working perfectly. This mechanism is known as psychological homeostasis. Your mind, just like your physical body, strives to maintain a constant, stable internal environment. It works tirelessly to keep your emotional temperature within a very narrow, familiar range. The tragedy is that for many, that familiar range is a state of quiet anxiety or a subtle feeling of lack. It is a known equilibrium. When you begin to experience profound joy, sustained peace, or authentic success, you are not just changing your life. You are breaking your own psychological equilibrium. The new, elevated state is so unfamiliar that the autopilot registers it as a deviation, a system error. And the alarm that sounds, that sudden crisis, that wave of self-doubt, is simply your own internal system trying to correct your course, guiding you back to the state it mistakenly believes is safe. To understand why this autopilot is so powerful, we must look deeper into the very architecture of our own minds. At the core of your brain resides an ancient system, often called the reptilian or primal brain. For millions of years, its sole purpose has been to automate patterns of behavior, to conserve energy, and ensure survival. It is the seat of our instincts, our habits, our primal responses. This system is a masterful learner. From the moment you were born, it has been writing code based on your every experience. Every moment of joy, every wound, every victory, and every perceived failure became another line in its program. It learned what brought you praise and what brought you pain. It learned what resulted in connection and what resulted in abandonment. It created a complex software of survival based not on what is true in the absolute sense, but on what was true in your specific environment. Imagine a childhood where stability was rare, where moments of peace were often followed by chaos or conflict. The primal autopilot learns a devastatingly simple equation from this. Calm equals danger. Peace is not a destination, it is the warning sign that the storm is coming. And so, as an adult, whenever you cultivate genuine peace in your life, this ancient system, in its misguided attempt to protect you, will create chaos. It will manufacture a crisis, provoke an argument, or trigger a wave of anxiety, all to return you to the familiar, turbulent state it has learned to equate with survival. It is crucial to understand this. This system is not your enemy. It is a legacy system, an astonishingly efficient piece of biological hardware, running perfectly on outdated software. It does not comprehend your conscious desire for a new reality of peace or abundance. It only understands its original programming. It only follows the map it was given. The problem, then, is not that your autopilot is broken. It is that it is functioning flawlessly, but with a map that leads to a place you no longer wish to go. And the conflict that arises between your conscious desire for a new destination and the primal autopilot's insistence on following the old, familiar route. This internal friction generates one of the most powerful and sabotaging forces within the human psyche. This internal conflict, this clash between your conscious will and your subconscious programming, has a name. It is a powerful, well-documented psychological principle known as cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is the state of profound mental stress that occurs when a person holds two or more contradictory beliefs, or when their actions contradict their core beliefs. It is a state of internal disharmony so uncomfortable, so agitating to the nervous system that the mind will do almost anything to resolve it. Now, apply this to your own journey. As you begin to embody your new reality, you are creating one of the most intense forms of cognitive dissonance possible. You are holding two opposing identities at once. The first identity is the one you are consciously choosing. You are acting like a successful creator. You are behaving as a loving and secure partner. You are making choices from a place of abundance. This new behavior sends a powerful signal, a high, clear frequency out into the world. But beneath the surface, the old programming, the primal autopilot, is still running its code. It holds the second, deeper identity, the belief that you are unworthy, that you are not capable, that success is dangerous, or that you are fundamentally a fraud. Your mind cannot hold these two opposing truths for long. The dissonance is too great. The internal friction becomes unbearable. It must restore harmony. And to do so, it has two choices. The first choice is the path of conscious evolution, to do the deep, difficult work of uprooting the old core belief and installing a new one. This requires awareness, energy, and sustained effort. The second choice is far easier. It is the path of least resistance. It is to sabotage the new behavior, forcing it to realign with the old familiar belief. This provides immediate relief from the stress of dissonance. And this is the secret of the final hurdle. The obstacle is your own mind, in a perfectly logical yet destructive act, resolving its own internal conflict. It engineers a failure. It creates a circumstance. It provokes an argument. It does this to give itself a reason to say, "See, I knew it. This new identity was a lie. You are not that successful, peaceful, abundant person. You are who you have always been." And in that moment of perceived failure, the dissonance vanishes. The system returns to its familiar equilibrium. The alarm is silenced. This is not a cosmic test. It is not a moral failing. It is the predictable, mechanical function of a mind designed for survival, not for transcendence. And understanding this mechanism is the first step to overriding it. So now, let us run a diagnostic on your system. This is not an act of judgment, but one of radical clarity. We are not searching for flaws. We are searching for code, the exact line of code that is ready to be updated. I invite you now to find a moment of stillness. Wherever you are, simply allow your body to relax, to become calm. Close your eyes if that feels right for you. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale through your mouth, release the day. For these next few moments, there is nothing to fix, nothing to solve. You are simply the observer. Now, bring to your mind's eye the desire you have been working towards. Do not see it as a distant hope, but as your present, lived reality. See what you would see. Hear the sounds around you. But most importantly, feel what you would feel. Allow the genuine emotion of this reality to fill every cell of your body. Feel the profound peace, the quiet, expansive joy, the deep, unshakable security of knowing. It is done. You are here. Stay in this feeling. Allow it to become your truth. And now, from this place of peace and fulfillment, I am going to ask you a question. The autopilot is detecting an unknown route. A dissonance alert is flashing on your internal dashboard. What is the message? What is the very first thought of doubt that whispers in your mind? What is the first image of what if that tries to pull you from this peace? What is the justification your mind offers to retreat? Do not fight it. Do not analyze it. Simply observe it. Capture it. That is your limiting source code. Gently, when you are ready, bring your awareness back to the space around you. If you have a pen and paper, write down the exact phrase or feeling that arose. If not, simply whisper it to yourself. The act of giving a thought form, either through ink or through breath, is the first step in claiming your power over it. Write it or speak it as a scientist observes data with neutral curiosity. Excellent. You are not that message. You are the programmer who is now reading it. And because you can read it, you can rewrite it. Look at the words you have written down, the phrase that surfaced from the depths of your mind. For years, perhaps for a lifetime, that message has been the ghost in your machine. It has been the invisible force that dictates the boundaries of your reality. It has been the quiet, crushing verdict that you have mistaken for the truth. And here is the great revelation, the turning point upon which your entire reality can now pivot. That message is not a prophecy. It is not your fate. It is the most precise, accurate, and helpful diagnostic report you could ever receive. What you have identified is not a wall. It is an instruction. Imagine you are trying to install a brilliant new piece of software, your new reality of abundance, peace, or love, onto a computer running an old, outdated operating system. What happens? The installation fails. But a well-designed system doesn't just fail. It gives you an error message. It tells you exactly why the installation failed. It says, cannot continue, driver is missing, file is corrupted. The obstacle that rises to meet you, that sudden crisis or wave of self-doubt, is your internal system doing exactly this. It is giving you an exquisitely specific error message. It is saying, installation of Abundant Reality 2.0 has failed. Reason, driver, sense of deserving 1.0 is out of date. Please update this driver to proceed. It is saying, installation of Secure Love 2.0 has failed. Reason, core belief I will be abandoned is corrupting the data. Please heal this file. Do you feel the monumental shift in this perspective? The crisis is not a punishment. The self-doubt is not a flaw. They are technical feedback. This completely dismantles the illusion of victimhood. The universe is not conspiring against you. Your own system is collaborating with you. It is showing you its own bug so that you can fix it. You are no longer lost in a forest of random suffering. You are a programmer looking at a clear and logical diagnostic report with a precise task ahead. This error message only appears because you were bold enough to attempt the upgrade. If you had chosen to remain in your familiar reality, the old system would have continued to run without a single alert. The fact that you are experiencing this final hurdle is the ultimate proof that you are on the brink of a breakthrough. You have pushed the boundaries of your old reality so far that its operating system is finally revealing its own limitations. And now, you have the exact information you need to write the new code. You now hold the diagnostic report. You have identified the precise line of outdated code. Now we begin the work of the programmer. We execute the upgrade. This is a 3-step protocol. It is simple, it is direct, and it is profoundly effective. The first step is to isolate the corrupted file. You must name it. An unnamed fear is a phantom that haunts every room of your mind. A named fear is simply a file, isolated on your desktop, ready to be addressed. Look at the words you wrote down. Give them a clear and honest title. For example, the outdated driver is the belief that I must struggle for everything I have. Or, the corrupted file is The belief that I am not safe if I am truly seen. Say it out loud if you can. Acknowledge its existence without judgment. You cannot rewrite a line of code until you have clearly identified it. The second step is to disconnect the system. You must neutralize the alarm. To do this, we will use a tool based not on mysticism, but on modern neuroscience. It is called the physiological sigh, a technique highlighted by Dr. Andrew Huberman at Stanford University as the fastest known way to consciously bring the body out of a state of stress. It is a biological reset switch. It works like this. Take 2 sharp, consecutive inhales through your nose, followed by a long, slow, complete exhale through your mouth. Let's do it once. Inhale, inhale again, and a long, slow exhale. This is not just breathing. It is a direct command to your nervous system. The double inhale pops open the tiny air sacs in your lungs, and the long exhale offloads the maximum amount of carbon dioxide, which immediately signals to your brainstem that the state of fight or flight is over. In our metaphor, this is you, the programmer, temporarily taking the primal autopilot offline. You are disconnecting it from the controls so you can access the source code without its interference. Now, with the system calm and receptive, we move to the final and most important step. Install the new code. You must consciously and deliberately nurture the new belief. Look at the corrupted file you named. What is its direct empowering opposite? If the old code was, I am not worthy, the new code is, my worth is inherent and expands with my success. If the old code was, I will be abandoned, the new code is, my authentic power is the source of my deepest connections. Create your new line of code. This is your power belief. Now place a hand over your heart. This physical anchor brings your awareness into your body. Take one more physiological sigh to quiet the system. And now, either silently or in a soft voice, repeat your new power belief. As you say the words, do not just think them. You must feel them. Generate the emotion of what it would feel like if this new belief were already your absolute truth. Feel the relief. Feel the gratitude. Feel the quiet peace of this new reality. This feeling, this emotion, is the language the subconscious understands. It is the energy that writes the new program. It is you, giving your primal autopilot its new, upgraded instructions. You are no longer a passenger on a pre-programmed route, bracing for the inevitable system crash. You have learned to read the alerts on your own dashboard, not as signs of danger, but as invitations to take the wheel. The final hurdle, you now understand, was never the end of the line. It was simply the notification that your upgrade was ready to be installed, the gateway to a new, open-world reality. The greatest power is not found in trying to control the vast, unknowable universe. It is found in the quiet, focused ability to become a conscious partner in your own evolution. It is the skill of rewriting your internal code to match the destiny you choose, one belief at a time. You are not just a passenger in this life. You are the programmer, the driver, and the architect of the road ahead. As the great psychologist Carl Jung once wrote, I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become. Look now at the error message you identified earlier, and then look at the new line of code you have crafted. In the comments below, share with this community the power belief you are installing today. Your new instruction, shared with courage, may be the very permission that someone else needs to read to begin their own upgrade.